Na beira da lagoa foram ensaiar para começar.
Almost the weekend. I'm gonna utilize this time to start working on cleaning up my space again, because throughout the week it's just so busy with a 9-to-5 job. So in the first video I started to declutter. Today I decided to repair some things. So I think this is gonna be a multi-part series. The first part was decluttering, which is still a work in progress, and I don't think it's ever going to stop. I think it's just having the discipline to keep consumption under control, but also for me it's like keeping my space tidy. I think a clean and tidy space equals a spotless mind. For those who know me, like my friends and my partner, my space is constantly a mess, and I think it reflects my mind. Both are consistently very chaotic. So yeah, but I think in the second part of my decluttering and underconsumption series, I thought it'd be cool to go through some of the things that I plan to repair. I think throughout the years of being a large consumer of fast fashion, I've learned that quality over quantity is very important. I used to buy large quantities of clothing and accessories, and they would have a very short useful life and break or tear very easily on me. Now that I have a bit more disposable income, I think it makes more sense for me personally to buy less things but higher quality so that they last longer. And another part of this larger series is garment care and really taking care of my things. I tend to have a lot of beater things where, you know, if I really like a pair of shoes or an everyday work bag, I will literally wear it to the ground. I'm not really good at taking care of my own things. I feel like I could be much better at it. I have an addiction to buying shoes, and specifically secondhand, and sometimes I'll wear it once or twice and they'll kind of fall apart. Hopefully it's not dry rot. I don't think it is. Instead of throwing them away and buying a new pair, repairing it will help with my consumption problem. So the first pair of shoes, they're sneakers and they need to be cleaned, but I got them off of Poshmark and I wore them over a long weekend trip, and the rubber sole is starting to come off a bit. So what I love using is this E6000 glue. It's my best friend for crafts and repairs. It works for most surfaces and it's a all-weather adhesive. The only thing is it takes a while to set, so it's not like super glue where it dries instantly. You sort of need like a clamp to hold the parts in place for the adhesive to set, and typically that may take up to 24 hours. Okay, so just gonna put like a little dab here. The kind of annoying thing about this dispenser is the glue is so strong that sometimes the cap just glues shut. You can't really use the glue anymore. I need like some sort of clamp to like hold this. It's gushing out from the sides. Okay, so we used a yoga mat elastic thing to kind of hold this in place right now as the glue dries. It's like low-key kind of messy, but yeah, let's hope this doesn't get glued to the shoes. This is what it looks like. I really like the blue-gray colorway. Next are these vintage square-toed boots that I've had them since sophomore year of college. I feel like some of the leather is fixable. I also got it resoled not too long ago. I think the biggest issue is the heel. When I walk, there's one foot that's like about to snap off, and I can feel it when I walk. Okay, it's this side. So you can kind of see the separation here. Here. So I'm thinking maybe I can re-glue it. But yeah, this part is like lifting the inner part. I think I low-key found a hack. I used like a thick piece of paper and I fixed the glue on the paper and then wedged it in the little crack. I think this might work. This is so funny. The other side is holding my sneaker. So we'll just wait for these to set overnight. But wish me luck. Since we are fixing things, I thought I should also fix this little souvenir that I got many years ago in Shirakawa. Dab right here. I'm just gonna... and it'll be ready to hang up. So cute. Alright, these next ones I will leave up to the professionals because I really need to bring these to the cobbler. I guess just soling your shoes will bring longevity to the piece. You can do it over and over again. I didn't learn this until honestly a year and a half ago. When your shoes walk on concrete especially, it's just like grinding the sole. Imagine like filing your nails down with sandpaper. So it's really important to put soles on your heels, especially because designers will use leather soles, which are not very sustainable. I mean, it may be good quality leather, but it doesn't ensure the longevity of the piece because leather is very delicate. So for example, I bought this vintage Etienne Anye. These shoes came without a heel cap, so the leather has worn down because the heel cap fell off and it's just been scraping against this plastic piece. Yeah, this is definitely repairable through the cobbler, and I think they can kind of reconfigure the leather here to blend it once the heel cap is installed. And also, this is what I mean by leather soles. It just sands down really easily. You really need an extra layer of sole, like rubber soles, to protect it against wear and tear. This is also missing a heel cap. I thrifted these vintage. The soles are kind of unique. I don't know how the cobbler is going to sole this one. Maybe sometimes they'll do like a half sole to kind of keep the integrity of this toe design. Okay, these vintage garage heels I got for like $16. They need to be resoled. This, unfortunately, the adhesive has gotten corrupted over the years and the inner lining of the heels have completely come undone. So hopefully my cobbler can re-glue or honestly put in a new sole. And lastly, looks like the previous owners did have this soled, but it's definitely, see how uneven that sole is? This side is. See how this has completely grounded down? With loafers, because the leather is so delicate, sometimes the seams rip here. My cobbler can get this restitched or some adhesive to hold it down. This was one of my favorite belts. It broke off. I was going to take this to maybe the cobbler, but I'm thinking I can potentially fix this on my own. Very, very tiny screws. I think it just slipped off the leather, so if I somehow unscrew this and screw it back down, see, it's kind of, no need for extra spending on this one. I will eventually make a series on garments specifically and fixing clothes, tailoring them. I do have a sewing machine and I have very rudimentary skills in sewing. I have upcycled some items before and tailored them, but of course for my nicer pieces I don't want to ruin the garments with my elementary sewing skills, so I have not found a trusted tailor yet as I have with a cobbler, but I will definitely be making a series about garments and clothing because I feel like that's also a big factor of not consuming as much and just wearing what I have in my closet and breathing new life into it. Yeah,